My first teacher was a guy that used a lot of black. He was.
We interrupt Let's Paint with Clem T. Pusser to bring you tonight's Brooklyn Forum.
What I think the problems that I'm having is I keep getting letterheads from Metsakakis and Shishkel, essentially telling me that everything that I have proposed, which is really nothing, all right, which is really just a swimming pool, is not plausible, feasible, and a lot of other $5 words that they use to tell me that they can't build a pool.
Now, ultimately, we all know that a pool is safer with water. Now, that is in the plan. But we may not have it in the budget to do so.
You know, we have to be thinking outside of the box. Doesn't have to be a swimming pool. Can it be, you know, someone standing there with a very large hose that sprays people down? It's refreshing. Maybe, you know, you know, of course you would need to put on a swimsuit. These are issues that can be looked into. Because no one wants to get hosed when you're fully clothed. If you're for instance, if I'm wearing a suit, okay, I don't want some stranger hosing me down. It's simple logic.
So, you know, they're proposing an idea where they put a concession stand in, hot dogs, hamburgers, you know, tater tots, and all of that, and no bathrooms. No bathrooms with that. So you're going to have kids peeing in the pool. You're going to have both seniors and children alike going BM, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it.
If I don't come into budget with the pool, then what I can do is build a tetherball and a pole and put that up, and we can have a tetherball and a pole. Now, that's not quite as good as a pool, but I can get you some water to spray on the kids while they're playing tetherball, and then you have a wet tetherball game, and that may, you know, not be appropriate, but it could be fun.
Now, you know, as we all know, kids go BM, and seniors go BM too. And most of the time, neither one of those the demographic groups know when they're going to do that.
What we're talking about is fiscal responsibility. You God forbid, you get one of these Georgie Porgies like they had out in Ohio back in the early 80s. This guy was running around eating pie, kissing girls and making them cry. Now, who's going to deal with the litigation there? It's not in the budget. Don't think about getting insured after something like that happens.
You know, I don't know if you've seen many people that live in this neighborhood, but we don't got a lot of strong swimmers here. You know, you got some pot-bellied women that could float rather nicely, and I'm not too worried about them, but you know, we got other people that look like they're just going to go right down to the bottom of the pool.
God forbid you get some Humpty Dumpty thinks it's funny to sit on the wall and he falls near the pool. There's litigation involved. It only takes one little, two little, three little Indians, and all of a sudden you've got to make reparations there. Need to be made, expenses. Who's going to foot the bill? If it's not in the budget, then what you've done is you've made a development. It's not fiscal.
When I was a child, okay, down in Bay Ridge, what we used to do was go to the pool every day and we would swim. But what they did, and I thought this was terrific, was they would had a merry-go-round in the pool. So we'd all go in the pool, we'd swim to the merry-go-round, and then we'd get on a horsey, and the horse would go up, and the horse would go down, and the horse would go up, the horse would go down, underwater. We only lost about 10 kids, but it was a great summer. We had a good time. And I'm thinking of implementing this kind of a thing in the pool today.
Listen, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. This guy's jumping over an open flame. It's not fiscally responsible. You want to try and get insured after that type of a catastrophe happens, good luck, because you won't get money from the state. It's going to come from you, and it's going to come from me, and it's going to come out of the taxpayer's pocket. That's where it's coming from. It's not fiscal.
What we do is I build you a pool and I bring in the water separately, because you don't want to bring in the concrete and then bring in the water, because what good is concrete with water, except that's what you need. When you build a pool, you need concrete and then you need water to mix the concrete, and that's generally how it's made. But other than that, you want water separately, and you want the concrete to dry. That's the main thing. You don't want to build a pool and then have wet concrete, and then the kids step in it, and then the kids are stuck in the pool. They can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They're in the pool. And the parents are going to get angry, the city's going to have to pay for it, and that just ups your budget.
This whole thing can easily be rectified if we just somehow find a way to put in a swimming pool where we can sort of...
Now, when we swim in a pool, I tend to do the breaststroke. Other people like to do the swim stroke, and I like to do the backstroke. My grandmother used to do the what do you call it, the butterfly.
I suggest that the developers open up the books on this one and possibly put in a large slip and slide. I think it's going to be most a cost-effective way to refresh members of the community. Sure, many of the seniors will complain because they generally don't like to slip or slide, but this can be taught.
I don't think my grandmother, who's 93 years old with osteoporosis, is going to really enjoy being shoved down, a 30-foot long piece of plastic, with people turning the hose on her.
That's when you bring your arms forward, under the water, above the water, under the water, above the water, and your arms are flowing in a way above the water that it's a very athletic type of swim. Now, I don't have that in the budget. I don't know where people are going to be doing butterfly strokes in my pool.
They're way ahead of us down in Argentina. They got 80-year-olds slipping and sliding on their way to work. I mean, they don't even need public transportation. They've got slip and slides throughout Argentina, is what I hear.
What's the word I'm looking for here? The word I'm looking for here is,
We now return you to Let's Paint with Clem T. Pusser, already in progress.
I think,
Hi, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Here's a clip from our upcoming miniseries, The Great Depression. So we encourage you to tune in for that. I'm Michael Medville.